Hello, we are back here today doing a reaction, a new release reaction. We got Slayyyter, Troubled Paradise, and this is a debut album. Very excited for this. Mixtape from her, released a little while back, a few years ago. Slayyyter, self-titled. This is a great project. This is almost like you really do get the Britney Spears vibe, you know, mixed with 100 gecs. And that connection, like there's nothing that sounds really sweeter than that. I've been, you know, it's been on replay for the past 2 years. So I'm really excited to know what I'm getting myself into here with Troubled Paradise, because I haven't listened to any of the singles. I haven't listened to anything leading up to this. So this is pretty damn, all of this is fresh. So let's get into it. Ooh. Okay. Wasn't expecting to hit with the real like trap high beats here. Okay. Now it doesn't feel like a slow text player. Okay, this song is pretty fucking cool because it starts off, really gets you into this like really trappy, like trap cloud rap vibes, but obviously there's enough aggression to it. It still has that hyperpop tinge. Breaks into a little bit there, and then it takes you back to that chorus to end out on, I would say. This is only a little bit over 2 minutes. Is a really, it feels like a song that would open up an album. Yeah, I do like this. This is pretty cool. And a song that I think I may appreciate more on a few listens, but I really just feel like I'm getting to the start of this. Let's go.
Pull up in a ride that's stolen. Sun's up, baby, still going. Done, and my highlight glowing. Very rush, like adrenaline. Go long, go fast, like a red.
You know what? This reminds me less of the last project Slayyyter had, more like Shy Girl, I guess.
Get on the way from home. What you want? I'ma fuck it up. Dance till you go dumb. Feel the funk. I'm a freak of ya. I'm a freak when hit you with the venom.
Okay. Wasn't sure what to think about the song yet, but it's building into something. Okay. Really going back on this same sort of cadence here, and then this, you know, chorus comes back. The chorus isn't too impactful, I'd say. But see, there's a little like everything keeps building in slowly. That's why I gotta listen to this again. See, I like that when that hit comes down like that. Kind of ego ghost in a way, but you have that full impact of break into something. That spinning doesn't do too much. See, this song is constantly doing new things, so I'm still like setting a loop. Because then Barty kind of around Big 9 Inch Nails a little bit, and then the song ends, right? And that little switch up, that was like maybe 10-15 seconds, 2-minute song, right? It's doing a lot in 2 minutes. It's doing a lot in 2 minutes. So overall, I think this is pretty cool. But creative-wise, like in the sense of sound, it's like okay, but it's constantly throwing things my way. So I think that on a re-listen, this will be even better. I'll find all these transitions to be, you know, an effect of the catchiness. So. But overall now, yeah. Very trendy there. chorus area. I don't know. Okay. I don't mind that.
Go pick up my dry cleaning, 'cause I'm going out this evening. Better get it done, better do it fast. Remind your girl that she can look on my ass. I'm a big dog.
The way when it transitions into things in this song is very low key. Like it doesn't seem like it's trying to shock you. It's just moody energy here. The delivery just doesn't flow well into this. I mean, the thing that I'm really picking up on when it comes to these songs is when there's transitions. Really, musically there can still be some things in the back, but I would say on a production scale or mixing scale, overall it's pretty cool, I guess. But let's see if it gets into anything really stronger as we go along. Okay, this has to break into some fucking good. Like I wanted this to play at a club. It already sounds like it did. Okay, so I'd probably say Self-Destruct is still my favorite song on this so far, because that's like really quick impact. Butterflies here, right, there's not really much, there's not a chorus here, right? This just takes you through it. So the flow just feels nicer. But I would say, you know, the expectations at the start with this like really nice like club sound I was expecting, I would say, I don't know, it doesn't take it too far, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's pretty light on where it wants to take it with the sound, but it's alright. It still kind of keeps you in the vibe, so yeah, can't complain too much. That synth is bringing it down, right? And the beat, it just hits at the right time. Okay, yeah, this one, I'm feeling this one. Okay, interestingly enough, that's the, so far anyways, that's the longest track on here, almost in that 4-minute mark. And I just, interestingly enough, right, like the way this song is paced out and structured, it's like a really seamless structure, I would say. Wow. And I really do like when it really gets heavy on that vocals at the end. And, you know, that first initial build-up with the beat kicking into with the chorus. Yeah, wow. This is a really catchy song. This is really a catchy song. And it's catchy for more than more than one reason. And I always think, you know, that is when you know that something's up. So I'll be excited to listen to this track again, that's for sure.
I always dream to the sound of the drum.
Okay, I like the way the synth started out here. Oh, you know what? Kind of reminds me of T-Swift a little bit. I'm really liking the cymbals on here. This song is really working on that, like, feel that the nice vibe now, you know? Can't complain with that, really. You know what? Clowns is probably my favorite track on here, to be honest. Just a little bit over Troubled Paradise, because I think these songs, I'm assuming these two were singles, right? Makes sense because these songs do feel like singles, but this one I would say was keeping me a lot more. I was just in the vibe here. And that nice little, when that hit breaks in, I'm just like, oh, yeah, nice. Okay, now.
I was on the wild, wild west side.
Let's end on these guitars. Nice. Alright now, so I'm wondering how the final few tracks are going to be, because I'm feeling like this is like an album where the second half is got the goodies. First half is still pretty cool, but the last three tracks, I'm really... like, I'm really picking up on the energy here. This one, I would say it does sound a little bit different than Clouds and Troubled Paradise, but it still works beat-wise, like really on that like bass still. Chorus maybe isn't the most impactful, but still fucking with this. Ooh, kind of Beatles, but synthesis there. Now Maroon 5, I don't know, I'm getting all these vibes. Okay, this is a slow burn picking into, I'm not sure yet how I feel. That she's singing in that way, you know, it adds to the creepy effect of the serial killer. Okay, Serial Killer, this is definitely the song on this album that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to give this a few more listens, because it's, even though I wasn't fully picking up on it as much as I wanted to, it was intriguing. You know, there wasn't anything that was really truly bad about it. It's just building slowly into something. It was very low key, very just worried about the atmosphere there. The most, I would say, out of any of these songs, really worried about the atmosphere. So usually with atmosphere, gotta let it simmer. So I will do that. Oh, hey now. Alright, Hyper Pop is back in town.
You're up looking at pictures of me, but I don't
Oh my
think
gosh.
of you.
This guitar too, it's like, it feels like an early 2000s post-grunge in a way there.
Whenever you call me, say that you want me, say that you're sorry, sorry now.
Okay.
Say you love me, don't control me, 'cause I don't care about you now. You need to get out of my face, or I'm gonna make you hate me. Don't take a knee, can we agree? You'll never call me baby. Say that you want me, say that you're sorry, sorry now. Say you love me, don't control me, 'cause I don't care about
Second chorus comes around, I'm like, fuck yeah, it's catchier. That's what you want. That's really what you want. You feel it's catchier as it goes along. Yeah, it's fair to say that Over This is definitely one of the best tracks on this. Another single, I believe. So I can say that this album, when it comes to the singles I've been given here, they're hidden. They're hidden. They don't really take me too much out of the engagement, and that's important when it comes to a pop single track. So.
Oh yeah, call me what you want, but baby, anyone will tell you I'm no villain. But you want me to be, want me to be, want me to be one. Fallen angel, you want me to be done. Oh yeah, call me what you want, but baby, anyone will tell you I'm no villain. You want me to be, want me to be, want me to be.
I like the break in this intensity, guys. I like this, but Slayyyter not totally picking up on it. Like, I think maybe it didn't pair well, but it took a lot. The that's
Call me again, talk to me softly. Started as friends, feeling so lonely. I won't let you go, even when you're sad, even if you ask me to. I want you to know you can have my heart if you can hold on to. Smile when you hold me. I wish for love every night. I would pray you came along, turned the night into day. Watching the sky, kissing me in the rain. I let you go, even when you're sad, even if you ask me to. I want you to know you can have my heart.
okay. I like that it changed and got a little bit more dreamy and emotional here for the end. Seems like, okay, yeah, pretty quickly to the end now, so it's not doing anything too crazy. Okay, Letters, it's a pretty cool song. I'd say it had one of the most instantaneous impacts, one of the biggest ones on here, like of top 4, I'd say. Pretty simple, Trouble Paradise, Clouds, Over This, and Letters. Those 4 songs really were the ones that I was picking up on the most. I wouldn't say there's that many songs I wasn't picking up on. I would just say Throats of the Doghouse and Butterflies. I'm sort of like, Butterflies, though, I'm a little bit more lenient on because I do think it works, you know, well within its runtime, and I may like it when I give it a few more listens. First score from this reaction, 7. maybe a 7.5, maybe a 7.5. Yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Certainly, I'm not feeling the impact like I felt from the first mixtape she had, but I don't think that comes to much surprise because this is very much like a different sound. Like almost all of the songs on that album were fucking like the beats and everything. It was just wow, insane hyperpop energy. This has hyperpop energy, of course, but I would say this does lean more into just pop music, sometimes taking that industrial tinge with like its hyperpop sound, but it just doesn't take it as far, I think, as it could have been if it wanted to. Choruses, some catchy, some I don't think worked the fullest effect. I'd say lyrically, I don't know, wasn't really picking up on it, but I will give it a few more goes. It seemed more about, you know, love and heartbreak, very fair to be writing about it, as it often is. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll let you know how I feel when I give it a few more listens. Okay, so I've listened to it a few more times here. This debut album, this project from Slayyyter, Troubled Paradise, and I gave it in the video, I believe, a 7 to a 7.5. I was certainly picking up with this. I'm thinking on final score here, I'm gonna give it a 7. This is pretty cool. But a 7 to me is like not what I wanted to give it, definitely, in the sense of really liking the mixtape that she gave us 2 years ago, like really liking it. But this is a different sound. This is definitely stripped back in a way, but there is enough tracks, I would say, too, for fans of that sound from the first album, especially in the second half, like Over This and Villain, sort of. Like, even though Over This is like a catchy pop track, I think it has enough of that chaos. It's really produced well. And even though this song is not one of my favorites, I still think this song is quite good. The production on Throatzilla really sells for that as well, which I believe has Spencer Hawk from Guppy. So, good shit. A 7.5, I don't know if this could have been in its sights. The one problem, too, with this album is that its first half is really a dull trip. A lot of the tracks that I'm not really picking up on are on that half. So Venom, Doghouse, and Butterflies, those songs there were really, you know, that's a good chunk of the first half, and I don't really pick up on those songs a whole lot, but the second half is really where I'm finding my favorite tracks. So a consistency issue when it comes to the pacing, but this is cool. This is still cool, and I think this could put her success up a little bit, because I think there's enough of a commercial sound here for the tracks, and even the stuff that isn't as commercial, it's still more accessible in the sense of its sound than the mixtape, I would say. So cool. Good on it. If there's anything else you guys want to see me react to, just put a comment down below. And thanks for watching. Peace.